Hi guys, it's Rochelle here. I have got a giant journal. This is called the Royal Edition. This book cover is called the Royal Edition. I have not named the journal this. This journal is what we're going to call Melody of Roses. It's got a lot of roses in there, and it's got a lot of the pages from out of this original book, which is perhaps 200 years old. Before I start, I want to say a massive big shout out and a thank you to Sara Lee Armstrong. She's been integral in me getting my journal onto YouTube. Encouragement all the way from her and all of your lovely comments as well. Anybody who's watching this, thank you so much. I'm going to jump right into this. That is the cover. So it's maybe perhaps a 200-year-old songbook. That's what we've been told. I have got a lovely, lots of chains, lots of dangles, all sorts of things in there for you to look at and play with. This is a ribbon that can come off of that stays on there, but you can just pull open this ribbon and you can take that off. The back of this, we've got this lovely lace here. It's not old, it's just pretty. I've left the back like that because it is naturally old and aged like that, and you can see these grooves. Love it. So I've kept it as natural as possible, and it's in that form. I'm just going to take off my jumper. Whew, it's going to be a lovely day here, Northland, New Zealand. Right, this here is just a ribbon, so if this journal gets bigger, you can use the ribbon to take it, pull it apart, but this is just held on with this clip, and it's got some pretty dangles in there, some brass dangles. I'm just going to leave that aside. I'm going to put that up there, and that clip, once I open this up, that clip was also holding on to this backing board to write when you need to write something in here. As you can see, this is a massive, really big journal. Rightio. On the first page here, I have got just a writing card. I made a journal card out of a pretty rose picture. That is a photocopied poem. Also in this book, I have got a lot of goodies in here that Sara Lee has given me. I'm not going to point out every single one, I'll do a couple. And just show you what she's given me. A lot of the hardware, and she's given me some beautiful old vintage papers. Right, that's a lovely cluster. Over this side we have got, this is one of the pieces of old vintage paper, and this is one of the pieces of old vintage paper that Sara Lee has given me. Sara Lee? This is a little envelope. Napkin on the top base. I haven't put anything in that one. I've got a writing tag there. This is an old card I found in an op shop. This beautiful old thing. It's been ripped and played with and everything. Well, in here, one of the hardware clips Sara Lee gave me. Rightio. This is, you can paint this or whatever. It's writing space. This rose, photocopied out of a drawing book actually. I just thought it was really pretty. There's a little cluster with a ladybird pin in it. Can come out of there. You can use that. That's wax paper. This here is out of a songbook, a really old songbook, and it's just a couple of the songs on there, and there's writing space on the back. A cluster not a cluster, it's a part of a snippet roll up there that I've made. Right, that pocket there contains 100 years of news from the New Zealand Herald, which is our newspaper, and there is some interesting reading, interesting reading there is actually. 1863 to 1963. in this envelope we've got a vintage, an original postcard and some paper to write on. I'm a little bit nervous. This is my first time officially doing my own video. Sara Lee has done my videos before and sold my channel, so this is my first time. Sorry if I look a bit shaky and funny. I'm just a bit nervous. I know it'll get better. There's some lace, and in this little pocket, here, there is some lovely crinkly paper. I know we all love crinkly paper, don't we? It's just tea dyed, but it feels neat. And here, this is from a really old Reader's Digest, and the picture's gorgeous. Love it. This here is, I've got it wrapped in tissue paper. It's one of the pages from this book, but it's really fragile. You can see it's already got a couple of rips in it, so I kept it in the tissue paper. It's a song sheet from in this original cover of this book here. This is a cluster that I make at night time. You can pull out that postcard right behind it, put it back. Those are photo corners. And I've been lucky enough to be able to get some really old documents from my family, the French side of my family. And I photocopied it and tea-dyed it, and it's all in French. Don't know what it says, but they are really nice old documents. So there's a couple through this journal. That stays in there. This is another one of those little pockets with the rose napkin on there. And inside of there, I have got two little tags. And look at that pretty little one there. That's an Edith Holden tag, writing space, and just pretty colours. Writing space on both the back of there. I've got this lovely stamp which is doing these rose stamps all the way through the journal. This is a lovely pin that is holding on this old Choicer cash back ticket. You can, apparently they're still worth money. I'm not sure. Apparently you can still take them somewhere. I wouldn't have a clue where, and get some cash back. I wouldn't know how much. And here, this is one of, I don't know if you can see it, everyone. It's a little open up pocket. And in here we've got a little cigarette card. Cute. I made this little pocket. It's there. And this is one of the song sheets. Are You Lonesome Tonight? Be My Love. Oh, some really old music. Really cute. Little cigarette. Right, so that's one of those pockets. That's that back one, isn't it? Yep. And then the middle one, we have got some writing space. And then this one, this is a rose petal out of my garden. And my husband squished them between books for me. And I've just made up a little specimen card out of old cards and scratched them up. So that's a New Zealand rose petal out of my garden. This is a old piece of typewriting, and it's got eco-dyed flowers in there, and it's been waxed. It's a really interesting feel. And a beautiful picture of a rose. Some roses. Love those. Beautiful. An old family document there. This is a bookmark, guys, and it's on music sheet that's been stenciled. This is a picture of roses with doily on, writing space. This here, one of the old community music book pages that I've put on as a pocket behind on cardboard. Writing space, and this went well. It's just part of a book about roses and what the book was about. These are lamps from the 1800s, I think they were, and up here there's a date somewhere as to when they were from. 1879, 1879. On this pocket, we've got old rag paper that Sara Lee gave me, and I have got a whole entire page of Edith Holden, because everyone needs a piece of Edith Holden. And the feel of this old rag paper from the 1700s, oh my goodness, that is spectacular. It's just, oh, so delicious. Right, and we've got writing paper, and in the back of this pocket here is a very interesting specimen. This is made in 1970 in Japan. Yes, it is maple leaf and a real butterfly squished in there, which is a little bit gross, but hopefully it was dead when they did that. I don't know. Yeah, Japan 1970s. It's rice paper, I'd say. Quite heavy rice paper. That's in the back there. So that's a vintage piece of ephemera. And here's a coffee dyed piece of paper of my French family. Credit National, just the writing on there. Where did you go? In there. And this side, we've got a couple of keys in the middle. You're caught on something there, aren't you? Right. Just because I like them, and they're quite lightweight. They're metal, but they're quite lightweight, so they go in the middle there. And this is from an old book of New Zealand birds, and those are my favourite. Those are my favourite birds in the whole world, those swallows. Oh, love them. Vintage postcard again. And by the way, I haven't looked into it, but some of these postcards are actually worth money, and I wouldn't know which ones. I got a pile of them, and some of them are worth a lot of money, but I just love the look of them in a junk journal, so they go in there. And if you get one that's worth money, good on you. I hope so. I love the look of this as well. Black Forest trifle. There's the recipe on the back if you want to try it for Christmas or whenever. And look at that beautiful trifle. Trifle is a big deal in New Zealand, by the way, so that's in there. On this side, we've got a layer of 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. This is also my French family documents. It's neat with the little stamps, the writing. Look at the side of that. You know, this here, and those numbers, and it was already aged naturally, but I've also, when I copy dyed it, I copied dyed it, for goodness sakes, when I copied it, I also tea dyed it. Alright, that goes in there. These here are flower transfers, so they're not stickers, you know, they're transfers. I just love them. This is a piece of writing paper. I've got that there, roses on that one. Pop you back in there. And here we've got some lovely poems on really old paper. This is a beautiful image of a big rose, and that is just writing paper. It's cardstock, that one. On this side, I've made snippet roll here. I don't know if you call it snippet roll, snippet something. That's there, and then in here it's a little pocket. It's got an old car, and that is just a picture. No writing spot there. I just love it. Love that picture. This here is old Victorian lamps. With a piece of music sheet. Piece of music sheet there. It's old, but not as old as the one that came out of this book. This lady here is holding on to where I live up here in the Kaipara. It's a big river up here. There's a big river, and these big old steamships used to come up here. They don't anymore, but that would have been a real sight to see. This is a piece of old vintage paper out of a dictionary. Right, rose paper with doily, music sheet. This here is a little a little cute pocket of ephemera. So that comes off, it all comes off. You can use that for something else. We've got a tag there. We've got writing space there. And there's another journal card inside here. And the envelope has been wax papered and then glued onto the envelope, and it's all been handmade stamps, well not handmade, sorry, hand stamped wax tissue paper. That's the one. And I love the feeling of it. That is really beautiful. I'm going to come back and put you together. And now I found this fell out of a book. I went to the op shop, I found a book, and this fell out, and I've made it into a little tuck spot. It's the engagement notice from 1990. So hopefully they're still together and living wonderful happy lives. That would be lovely. This here is an up tuck spot. Got some writing paper there and an old piece of vintage shorthand writing. This is just a piece of writing paper, tea dyed. Piece of old mat, that's out of a really old atlas. Look at the colours of it. I know it's not meant to be in a red journal, but this has become more eclectic than I thought it would be, which is my style. I can't help myself. Old vintage paper. This is a cute little doily right in the front there, and the doily is housed a little notebook. Stamped rose. The other side of that wax paper, it feels amazing. Writing space. Tuck spot, just writing space, tuck spot there. Alright, we've made a little envelope that holds a sticker, cigarette card, a couple of, that's not a writing space, that's just a tuck, that is a writing space, that one, and this one here is a part of the old songbook, and someone has ticked off all the songs that they've either sung or they've played. So that is lovely. That all goes back in there. These are rusted. These are actually rusted paper clips. There was a tutorial on that. And here we have got vintage paper. That is like, oh, silky stuff, and some lovely old poems out of an equally old book. One can blink in and nod. Cute. So this is a big enough, you could put much more in there, but I thought with the size of my journal here I didn't really want to put too much more stuff in there. This journal quickly got out of control. This is a first day cover envelope. Perfect length for that pocket there. The other side of that lace that we saw on the front, that's the first signature. This actually has 3 signatures in it. This is just a lovely piece of paper from Temu, I think, but I've gone and put the tissue paper on there. And that's a vintage. Now I cannot renumerate it. What is it called? I can't remember. Big old vintage piece of that there. There, the other side of that doily. Now the second signature, and we've got a pocket to start this off with just a piece of, you know, there's lots of scrappy bits of paper in there to just do writing. Again, you could fit more in there. Writing space cluster. This is old wallpaper, not old, I mean it would be from the 80s perhaps, and then just a bit of writing space there. Part of the old songbook I made into a tag. First day cover envelope with a quote in it. Quotes on both sides, so all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Walt Disney. Oh, the quality of that envelope, so nice. writing space, bookmark in the middle there. I haven't held it down with anything because bookmarks are just meant to do that, aren't they? Key on that. This is out of an old New Zealand Herald, and those ladies are beautiful. This is some beautiful linen that I've tea dyed. This is a napkin that has just been glued Mod Podged onto brown paper. Over here in the back of this lace is incredible. I've used it on another journal and I love it. I don't want to run out of that. This is from an old book, similar to Edith Holden. Very similar. It's a stoat or a weasel of some sort. Very similar to Edith Holden. I grabbed that because they're beautiful. I'd love to do a book with just images like that. This here is one of when I sat down the other night and I made the snippet roll that gets put on like that. I thought, why not put some of that into my journal just so people can use. There we have that. Writing space quote. These are old doilies. Writing space. This is some hardware here, and we have got a little scrappy pad to do writing on, and at the back we've got a pocket that I have put an envelope on, just glued some images on there, and we've just got writing space and writing space in there. I don't know if you guys can hear my rooster out the back there, cock-a-doodling away. This is a altered paper clip, a little bit of vellum, part of a dictionary, and this is actually a little sticker that can go into that. It's a little hidey tuck spot there. That's just out of a really beautiful Australian wildflowers book. That's beautiful. There's some lace, some more of that linen. That's handmade paper. Writing spot with lace. We've got another altered paper clip. That's the vellum. That's a transfer onto that. That's a transfer sticker onto the cotton. And your little writing space. Is it writing space or is it just a piece of pretty paper? I can't get into that. And here we go. This is the accordion notebook. They're writing on both sides. Absolutely. I love making those. Writing space with some more of the glued on pattern paper. Snippet roll up there, and in this pocket, so there's a pocket there. This is from a magazine, and I've wax dyed it with a yellow candle, and so they've all sort of, the words have all melded together. You can't really read it anymore, but this woman's struggle for recognition in music, and this was 18, that magazine was from 18 something if I remember correctly. And we've got here one of these, is it called a portfolio? I've seen it done heaps and I've always wanted to try it, so this is the first time I've tried this. So inside we've got a little pile of held together with lace, got a little pile of ephemera. So another vintage postcard, some waxed old stamp magazine, and I think that was eco dyed, that's why it's that colour. We've got a couple of pieces of really old paper, that's one of those rag papers, a shorthand paper, and a drawing picture of flowers. And this is glued on pattern, and I just love the colour that that gives off. I'm going to leave that like that. and come back to do that one, just because this book is so huge. Okay, so in the middle here I've got a couple of little pieces of doilies just to hang out there. On this side, this is a bit of hardware on that little clip. This is an embroidery. I don't know if you call it a template. I don't know what you call this, but people embroider them, don't they? I've never done that before. Seems like a lovely hobby. On that goes writing space, writing space, writing space under that lace. A little bit of hardware dangle there. That's photocopied doily onto there. Writing space, writing space. This little pocket has been put onto the side of this handmade paper, which feels weirdly like suede or leather. I've got a piece of writing paper in there and a little writing. This is just a paper tag. You can write on the back of there. Alright, on the back here, this is a piece of paper that you can write on. If you take it out of here, you can write in there, right behind it. Nobody would know that your secret writing was in there. Pop back in there, you. Right, there we go. This is a beautiful... This is a beautiful piece of that magazine I was telling you about, that one that I just wax dyed. This is when it doesn't look wax dyed. It's completely different. It's a really old, oh hang on, what am I talking about? 1800s, 1936. There we go. Still nice and old though for us. We love old. Vintage. And on this side, this little boy came out of a photo frame, and I just loved this little image with this little doggy. So I just decided he can go in there too because he's so cute. Little dangle there. Another one of those snippets, and this is from really, oh, it's not really old, gosh, I'm only a few years younger than it. It's 1963, and there's the lamps again. These beautiful old lamps. Look at those. So that's gone in there just because it kind of goes now with the eclectic feel of this journal. Scrappy paper, tea-dyed lace, some writing pad there, and these aren't vintage. I think people can still, you can still buy them, but they're from those envelope letter sets that you used to get. I think you can still get them. I haven't seen this particular, but there's yellow roses all around there. This is copied from an old vintage painting that I have got. This is an old, this is actually a family chocolate box that for some reason or whatever we've kept it, and this is the lid, and I think she looks fantastic, those colours, and she's lounging around in a beautiful spot on her hammock. This is tea-dyed paper, more writing space there. That's a stencil, that's a stencil. That is just that other side of that brown paper that had been ripped, and I didn't bother to try and fix or do anything with that. There's a doily there and a couple of little pieces of writing paper that just pop in there. On this side we've got a cute little rose picture. I just put that on the back of something you can write on that. This is a kind of a specimen card, but not really. It's a writing journal card, I think we'd call it. And this is a belly band on here. This pocket contains some of that luscious rag paper from the 1700s. And in this pocket I've put some stickers of some beautiful flowers. Look at those. They're kind of vintagey. They're not new. They're really cute. I love those. the other side of the New Zealand Herald part there. There's some hardware up on there. Writing space, writing space. This is ribbon that is being sewn onto there. And then here we have another one of those. Can you see that? Another one of those open pockets. And in here we've got a Beauty and the Beast card. Some couple of pages of vellum. They're just so pretty. There's a couple of those in there. And in this one we've got a little cluster of just bits and pieces and little tags. And you could put that on something if you wanted to. It's held together with a rusted safety pin. Pop you back in there. This is a magnetic closure with some hardware on there. That turned out really nice. Writing space, cluster. This is stickers of little sort of Victorian children, and there's just a little playing card tag there. This is another cluster with dragonfly sticker, rose tag. Pop you in there. Some vellum birds and dictionary page. She can pop out of there. She's photo corners. It's a really beautiful doily. That's so scrumptious. I love that. I dyed that. It was just white, and I accidentally dripped blue on it, but it came out gorgeous. Oh, what's happened here? No. Right, that's on the front of the front of the cover. Hardware and ribbon. Writing space. In this pocket we've got 1903, Fight Against Sunday Trams. All those people with hats on. Look at this lady playing golf. Look at that beautiful old ship. Oh, so that's a whole page of New Zealand Herald from back then. That's just cotton. Cluster. Up pocket with some music sheet and just a brown envelope that I thought would be good for absolutely anything. Pop some goodies in there, some secrets, little things, tickets, tea-dyed lace. This looked very Victorian for me. It's a sticker. It's a transfer sticker. It looked very Victorian to me. I just loved it. Printed a rose onto old document. This is just a writing space here on the top of an old, well, it's not even old, there's hardware there, and there is writing space in there, tea-dyed writing space in there. That goes like that with that beautiful feather hardware clip. Fussy cut rose. Oh, come on there. Fussy cut rose. This is tissue paper sewed onto fabric. This is an old piece of Reader's Digest, and I found a tiny little book with miniature roses in it. Well, that had to go in there. It's all about that particular rose on the back there. And I like this poking out. I think that looks quite neat. This is one of the old playing cards, and it's got all the old original sellotape on it. I haven't made that. I have added that lace just for a bit of interest. And there's an old cigarette card there of a horse. Must have been a racing boy. Cigarette card. Rose stamp, and in this pocket here I've just got, is that all? A tag. You can write on the back of that. Old paper. This is out of a Japanese art book, and this is a piece of writing paper that I've just stamped on. all of that can be written on, obviously. I've got a cluster here. Not a cluster. A altered paper clip, vellum, dictionary, and there's some more vellum, gold vellum, one of those tea tickets, and I can write on the back of that little tag. You can, hey, up off, my cat just jumped on the table. This is a makeshift table what I'm on, so it's a bit delicate. Fussy cut rose on old document paper, and in here, this is a pocket here and a belly band, and this is holding on. Oh, did that get it? Okay. This is holding together. It's kind of like a little wallet. It's an old piece of typewriting, and then it's like the other piece, it's been eco-dyed and waxed, and it just makes for a really interesting feel. That is also a picture that you can colour in if you so wished. And on this side there's just paper with pretty flowers and a scrappy notebook to write things in. And that just pops in there. It wasn't quite deep enough to hold without the belly band, so I added that. That is a fussy cut rose. Writing space under there, writing space, coffee dyed paper. Writing space, part of an old musical journal. There's a nice old one. I don't know where the date is on there. I'm sure I could find it. There's another piece of that sort of Victorian bird looking transfers. And here, the writing space, we've got dangles. We've got those little dangles that pop out there, and this is one of the doilies again, and I've put a little pile of stickers and tags. Oh, there's a couple there. And tags, and they kind of are just hidden in there quite nicely. You wouldn't even know they were there really. Could hide anything in there. That is snippet writing space. This is bizarre stuff. It's some sort of weird crinkly. You buy it in a roll like that. That's how it actually comes, all crinkled up like that. I like the feeling. All writing space. This is an old family document that looks suitably old and scrungy looking, and writing spaces. Cluster on that music sheet. Writing space with a rose stamp. That's been detailed with lace when it was dying, been tea dyed. Writing space there. Another one of the old sheets from out of the old magazine. And that was light enough to be able to just sit in that tiny little pocket. This has all been sewn around. Quite a few pages have been sewn around. I don't know if you noticed. I love sewing on paper. It's so satisfying. Right, on here we have got some little pictures my husband sat down and cut out for me in front of the TV the other night. Just of roses out of an old roses book. They're adorable. Bit of music sheet on the back there. A little bird, ephemera, and some old paper again there. This is out of the Reader's Digest, and I love those pictures that can be pulled out, written behind, because these are only photo corners. There's writing space. More pictures my hubby cut out for me, and that is on old book paper again. Writing space, tea dyed. It's an old book page. Mine are birds just because I like them, and I thought this was cool. I really like that. I've put some writing space on the back there because it was just all writing about birds that probably nobody wanted to see, so it's now writing space. Fabric with some lacy stuff down there. Hope I've been in frame this whole time. Now this front is a front pocket there, and then behind it is also pockets. So I put that in there. It's a beautiful old Japanese tree, and then I put her in the front one with some doily lace on the side there. Old doily lace, sticker, writing space. That's a belly band. Snippet roll from the other night when I was sitting down, and some writing space in there. Writing space. Oh, come here, it flew off. Good thing the bead's just there. We've got another accordion writing space. Meg Journal make these. Meg's journals. Oh, she just makes the most beautiful ones. Where'd I do? And I got the idea of here because I just love making them. Just so much fun. This has been inked to make them look a bit older. Love that look. And then in here we've got another flip out specimen card in here. A little flippy notepad to write on. A card, all of this writing space, tag there, and some little ephemera in that little side pocket there. And in the back we've also got writing space. Up pocket with some tea dyed quotes. Just really nice, pretty quotes actually. Let's read one. He who does not hope to win has already lost. Wow, that's deep. That's a couple in there. This is a beautiful magazine. It was an old calendar. That's just gorgeous. And we've got a doily pocket. This is a copy of an old painting that I got, an old print. And this mum with her children at the piano. Yeah, a vintage postcard. Vintage postcard. Little doggies protesting, they want more meat. Some brads on the little writing pages, and the last page we've got a lady with some writing paper there, and a little cute little poinsettia information. Christmas plant, isn't it, poinsettias? And on the back some writing space, and that beautiful old doily again. And that, dear people, is her. And there she goes. She's a lovely big girl, and she would look fabulous sitting on a bookshelf. Alright, thanks guys, I really appreciate you watching. Everyone have a great day. Thank you.